welcome you all in another remarkable episode of Speak and Spark. So, ladies and gentlemen, today we have a truly remarkable guest with us, Sir Mudassar Majid Chaudhary, an educationist, media professional, and passionate English language instructor. So, we welcome you, sir, here in our show,
Yes, thank you very
and
much for inviting. Thank you very much for
I
having
will
me.
request you to introduce yourself with our audience. For that, we can know more about you and your passionate work about English and English training and a lot of things for the youth.
Okay, thank you very much, Amadya, for having me in this session. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. Uh, my name is Mudassar, and basically, currently, I'm working at Divisional Public School and College, Faisalabad, as an English teacher as well as a media in charge. So, along with that, I'm also teaching at GC University Faisalabad in English department for last 9 years or so. Along with that, I'm teaching different spoken English courses and IELTS in different places. So, I've been associated with teaching IELTS and spoken English classes for last 12 or 13 years. So this is a long journey which I have, and in this regard, I guess that there are a lot of my students who have accomplished their studies, spoken English and IELTS, and right now they're working in the other part of the countries. So I feel blessed that they were my student, and right now they are very successful doing different businesses, not only in Pakistan but also abroad as well. So this is about me. This is my short introduction that I have shared with you.
That's great. And it's really impressive that you are doing the English training and coaching along. You have aligned all of your learnings with the media studies. It's really an interesting combination that you are making it an impact to grow and reach more people through media and to enhance these trainings. That's great. Sir Mudassar, we are having a great introduction here with you. That's really impressive thing. I want to ask you one important question that I was thinking about for so long, that why do we use English as a language and not as a tool? Like many learners treat English as a subject, not a skill. How can change that mindset that they should use English as a tool, not just a language? It's a
Yes,
life
this is a
skill. That's it.
Yes, this is a very important question and a very hot question as well. Because I guess that when it comes to English subjects, so that time we deal it as just to pass the examination. So that is somewhat different way. But when it comes to spoken, so that's altogether a different things. Because when you are going to speak something, when you're going to communicate with someone, so that time that shows what that you are going to exchange your ideas. So exchanging ideas does not mean that whatever you have learned right now you need to share that thing. No, the thing is that when you are going to communicate with someone who's holding some strong ideas on certain points, so you can share your own ideas as well. But whereas when it comes to subjects, so that time whatever you have memorized based on the things which you have learned from books, course books, or somewhere, so you will just write the content based on the things that you have studied from your course book. So, but when it comes to communication, so that time you can share your own ideas, exchange your thoughts, and all that. So this is a major difference. In this regard, I would like to put over here that most Pakistani students they haven't taken it as a subject to study, not a language to communicate. So this have been unfortunate for Pakistani students, so, because they have been studying, they have been cramming, they have been learning. Because when it comes to the students, they are at in metric level or at inter level, so they study English just to pass the examination. Why? Because they have to memorize the essays, they have to memorize the summaries, or they have to memorize the different things over there. And after that, whatever they have memorized, they have to write. Here, we are not asking them that please just tell share your own thoughts. Here, we are just saying to them that please write something. Whatever you have memorized, whatever you have crammed, and right now you are going to write something in the form of that. Therefore, we just our writing is somewhat like different. We are very good in writing, but when it comes to speaking, so we are poor in this regard. Unfortunately, one other thing I would like to add over here that in our schools that there are no proper labs, language labs. So this is unfortunate for the Pakistani students that when it comes to learning English and speaking English, so that time there must be a proper language labs in which students may communicate with them, and especially in the current era we are right we living in. So that time there are digital tools with which we can talk, and especially in the presence of AI, the students can exchange their ideas. They can learn from that how they can communicate with them. So right now, I've been teaching in different places. I have taught at university for 9 years. That's a long, year time. So when I used to teach my students at BS levels, then this when I used to deliver my lecture in English, that time the students were just looking toward each other and started to stare each other. What is happening over here? Right now, the teacher is teaching only English language. Why not he's switching into Urdu language as well? Because he is teaching us the subject. He's just speaking in English. So we are not used to or habitual to learn something in English language. So he must need to speak something in Urdu language as well along with English. So then I have to switch this because according to the demand of the students, I have to do it. So just after teaching 2 days, there were some complaints to the students that they were just saying, "Sir, please speak Urdu along with the English, but please do not speak English completely. If you will speak English completely, so then we won't be able to get what you are speaking. So even though something we are getting whatever you are speaking, but still we are doubtful whether whatever you are speaking is according to our perception or not. So this is somewhat like this one idea that I used to hear that most of the students when I used to teach at university, so at in the new campus when I used to go over there to see the students, they used to say me like, "Sir, please, when you are speaking, when you are teaching in the class, please don't speak too much English. Try to speak Urdu and English, mix it up, and then we will be able to learn something." So this is unfortunate because if you're teaching English subject and if you're not speaking English with the students, so that is, I would say that unfortunate. They should need to, the teachers should need to speak comprehensively, completely, entirely in English language instead of just following, just guiding them up. These are some of the notes I'm going to share in your WhatsApp group, and you just need to copy it, photocopy it, and just try to cram it, and then you have to write something in your examination. This is something we are just following it. This has been, I guess, this is the dilemma. This is unfortunate for our young students.
Right.
So after the completion of their
Where could
BTS,
yeah, Sir Mudassar, where could I get it that it's a dilemma that we are translating, we are stuck in the translation, that what is the translation, we are not understanding it directly as a tool, as a medium, as a word, but we are just stuck in the translation from English to Urdu and Urdu to English, and that's a dilemma of our students. So where I think that they are stuck and they are unable to express actually what they want to do and they want to say about their tool, about their product, or if they have to display or showcase any project in public. So it comes towards a challenging thing that they can tackle with the science things, with the technology, but where it comes towards the English, they can communicate very well about their own projects. That's really a dilemma. So here I want to add one more question, that in your experience, how can English empower someone in their professional and personal growth?
I guess when it comes to personal growth, one should need to communicate with someone who can. I would like to add over here some of the examples that I met with a lot of students. In the beginning, they were very much confused and reluctant regarding getting the things. And when I used to say them that please come here on the rostrum and speak something, so they used to say me that, "Sir, it's a bit difficult for us to speak something while coming here on the rostrum. So it's a bit difficult. So please, can we speak a little bit by reading from the paper?" So I used to allow them that yes, yes, you can. In the beginning, you can a paper reading, but later on, you will have to speak in English. So I remember those students as well. And later on, after their accomplishment of their IELTS scores, when they got good band score, like getting 6.5 bands, And after that, they started to start their own YouTube channel. They started to make some vlogs and documentary and something like that. I used to call them that. Do you remember that when the first day when I told you that please come here on the stage, on the rostrum and speak something about the topic? So you were very much confused. They used to say me, yes, yes, I just remember that thing, but you have polished a lot regarding uh, communication skill because give us confidence by providing every individual students please come here on this program and speak something. So this is productive thing that I used to say, practical strategy that I used to apply by my students. I always used to say my students, please communicate in English. If you are right now in my class, in my spoken English class, in my IELTS class, you have to communicate with me in English language instead of Urdu or something. So that they followed me and they used to speak English. So that's why they are learning, and that is a productive thing as well. Because until or unless you speak with a person who's speaking English, if you are having good exposure with them, so definitely you learn. But if you there is no such a person with whom you can share your ideas and feelings in English language, so that time it becomes really very difficult for you to speak with them. So you won't be able to get a good environment unless you create it. You have to create. You have to create it by yourself. Try to speak with the people who can speak, who can understand. Try to share your ideas fluently and confidently. You can improve your confidence by communicating with them. Never ever become reluctant and hesitant that I can't speak and though people would laugh at me right now if I will speak. So what the people think about me, that who is that person, and they would make a joke on us that yes, he is trying to make something and he can speak English and this and that. So while you're ostentating or something, you're showing off in front of other people. This is somewhat like that. When people think of it. So this is something like I just shared the one of the stories that I shared. I'm sorry I could not listen to you. Please repeat the question once again because I could not understand you. I could not listen. Your sound is not coming. There is no sound. Audio problem, I guess. There's no sound. I guess there is sound problem, so that your sound is not coming to me. No sound. Yes, I just want to say that if you want to become a fluent, you must need to communicate with someone. There must be some people with whom you can share your ideas. It is English language is not something to learn something to just follow up the grammar rules or something like this. It's just sharing your own information just in day to day life when we are whenever or wherever we are. Try to speak with us with the people who can understand. Try to speak with them. When you will be speaking with them, so then you will be sharing your ideas. You start sharing your ideas in English. So therefore, I used to say my students that please think in English. If you will be thinking in English, so definitely you will be able to speak. You will be speaking. So the thing is that most probably we do what we always try to make some some ideas in Urdu language and then try to translate into English. This is our most probably the fault I used to say to my students. Never ever think in the first language. When you are going to speak something, you have to be in the targeted language. Suppose that if you are speaking English, you have to think in that particular language, and then you will become fluent English. And in this regard, I used to say my students that if you want to become a fluent, so try to communicate with someone and try to speak with the peers, your fellows, wherever you are, and the people who are at your workplace. Try to speak with them. If you will be speaking with them, so definitely you will be becoming fluent. So fluency comes with the speaking. So try to speak with the people who are speaking something, who are speaking in English, and try to speak. And not only with that speaking, but also listen. As it is said, so that if you want to become a good speaker, you have to listen the good English speakers. Try to listen English news on something like BBC or CNN or something like this. If you will be listening to them, so definitely you will be improving your English communication skill. So this is something like this. If you will listen every day, something if you will be spending 10 minutes or 15 minutes on every day on listening BBC News or CNN News, so definitely you will be able to improve your English communication skill. So I suppose if you're listening, so that's good thing. But at the same time, you have to speak with someone who can speak good English. Try to speak with them. Try to show your, express your thoughts in English. When you will be expressing something in English, definitely you will be fluent. How the fluency gain? When you will be communicating with someone who can understand. Try to speak in target language. Target language is what? Your second language in which you are trying to learn something. So this is somewhat like that. Try to speak in target language. Over to you. No song.